Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, mr.nightspyder, and I've had something that's actually been on my mind for like over a year now, maybe a little longer. Last year, around the time of my birthday, I canceled or ended all my reoccurring game subscriptions. That means at the time, Xbox Live, done. PlayStation Network or PlayStation Plus, done. And even my Nintendo Switch account, done. The long and short of it is, me and my wife purchased a home, and we had different priorities. A mortgage. I remember the first console I purchased was the PlayStation 2, and then within that same generation, I purchased the original Xbox. Me and a good friend of mine, we each bought one around the same time. And you know, it was pretty straightforward business back then. You know, you buy a game, you put it in the console, you play it, right? There was no downloading a patch. There was no required online DRM to play the game. There was no continual, just, you know, any type of online connectivity. It was just you put it in, you play the game. That was that. And it seems that nowadays the game industry relies so heavily on being able to fix something after the fact, and you know, like the day one patch, right? Which is just like I don't even think I buy games day one anymore, because I don't know the condition they're going to come in. And they've recently increased the price of most games to around $70. I find that just waiting 3 months, 6 months, you'll save yourself $30-$40 on a game that's either going to price drop or go on sale. That is the best practice. Any game, I understand, you know, these companies want to get your pre-order, they want to get your money bought in day one, but wait 3 months, wait 6 months. If you're not going to play it right away, if you have a backlog, you can afford to wait. It's gonna go down in price unless it's a first party Nintendo game. Then it's not. Getting back on track, after the PS2 and the Xbox generation, I gamed exclusively on PC until I would say the PlayStation 3 got its first major price drop. Because before it was like $5.99, $6.99. When it started going around, I think $2.99, $3.99. I don't recall the exact pricing. Then I purchased the PlayStation 3 with like some income tax, some tax return stuff. But up until that point, it was just PC. I'd upgrade a video card, upgrade RAM, upgrade the CPU whenever I could. But the point was, when you're dealing with Steam or Origin, and now the Epic Game Store, you buy your game and you can play it, right? All the, you know, it's kind of annoying to have to download updates, but it's not like you're paying, I'm not paying Steam $60 a year to use it. I'm not paying Origin 60s some odd dollars a year to use it. You download the game, you can play the game on your PC, and the only bill that you're paying is your internet bill. And that's it. You're free to go. You play the games, you're online. Unless it's like a subscription MMORPG or any type of odd subscription model, you could play the game without paying extra money. Bottom line, PlayStation 3 did that through the whole PS3 generation. You didn't have to pay anything. They introduced PlayStation Plus back around that time, but you didn't have to buy in to get online connectivity. Xbox has always been a thing, always. I guess the point I'm trying to make here, what I'm trying to get to, is we live in a day and age where we have, I think you know, depending on where you live, you have pretty decent, you know, internet, but you have limited upload bandwidth. You have data caps, and you're paying a premium for your internet as it is, right? Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo are now basically holding your internet connection at ransom, right? They're holding your internet connection like as a hostage situation, right? You the connectivity works. If you jump on your PlayStation, you can still see, like, you can still browse the store, you can still see the latest whatever's going on in the news for the games. You still get your updates. Hell, you could even still stream and broadcast from your console. But to play online, you have to be subscribed as a PlayStation, like Essential, and then they have Plus or Extreme or whatever the tiers are. And recently they raised the prices. And I was considering jumping back in, and then they raised the prices, and that just kind of like, I'm good, I'm done, thank you very much. Microsoft, what is it, Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate? I tapped out of that as well, because I found that having access to all those games didn't necessarily mean I was going to play them, right? And then they get you in this cycle of like, hey, you get this, you get this, PlayStation specifically, you get these 3 or 4 free games this month, and then next month you get these 3 or 4 games this coming month. And I found that they get you in this mentality where you think you have to pay every month to have that game entitlement, right? And it was I don't know, culture shock's the best word for it, but it was jarring when I finally canceled my PlayStation Plus. Again, different priorities, 3 kids, mortgage, bills, right? That I had probably about a dozen games that I really enjoyed, I really liked, I really loved playing, that I lost complete access to. And they got you in this they're almost like fear mongering you or bullying you to keep access to this game. So at that point, you're just paying for access, and the argument can be made that's what you're doing now. But I went out and repurchased all those games that I found important, and I never went back, because it's an illusion, right? They want you to feel like you own this. This is your game, and as long as you're part of this community or this network, right? You play these games and you don't ever have to worry about it, right? Even if like you claimed it once and then so many years go by, you still have access to it as long as you claimed it that month when you were a member. But the minute you're not a member no more, they cut all that off. And that's how they're basically fear-mongering people to keep paying their monthly or yearly PlayStation Plus fee. And the same thing can be said to Xbox. Like, Game Pass is like a joke to me, because you jump into Game Pass and you have access to all these games, and it's like the Netflix effect. You sit there browsing and you download stuff and you go through all these games, and at the end of the day you end up like maybe doing a sample here, sample there, and then you don't play anything. It's unless it's like a major release. But even then, my nephew was saying, hey, yo, we could use Game Share and you could play Starfield, and I'm like, no, that's something I want to own, you know. And I'm not, and digital distribution is not, that's an entirely different kind of worm. It's like, it's not all bad. Like, I think it's cool to have a digital game in your library that's not connected to the Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, because in the case of Microsoft, I really like that you can have dual entitlement. You can have it on your Xbox and your PC, and you know, if you have multiple consoles, everyone can get a little piece, which I think is cool. But these subscription models, man, they got to go. And people, these companies, the only language they speak is dollar bills, right? And if everybody put their foot down and canceled their subscription for PlayStation Plus or Game Pass, these companies would hear you. If they want to have memberships for game access, like the Netflix of gaming, that's totally cool. If they want to have how Game Pass is structured, also cool, right? But to cripple game functionality, like online play, online connectivity for games that are designed to have multiplayer or have multiplayer components added to them, is extortion. They are literally, again, holding your internet hostage. They are holding your internet connection at ransom because you have these pieces of plastic. It's been a year, actually a little longer than a year, and I have not missed not having PlayStation Plus and not having Xbox Live or Xbox Game Pass. I have not missed it whatsoever. All I do is the games I want to play and the games I have, I just make sure I either buy a digital version that I own or buy the physical copy. The only thing I missed was all the games that I had to go back and rebuy. That's it. Ridiculous. If I want to play online, I have a PC. If I want to play a particular game online, I have a PC. I don't need to rely on PlayStation and Xbox for that. So again, if you could take anything away from this video, this discussion, this rant, would be don't keep giving Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft just because money. They try to sell you the dream. We're building all this value. You get all this with this subscription. You get these games. They're not free games. They're part of the service. Remember that. Nothing that you get on those services that they say is free game included are not free. Because the minute you cut that service off, they're gone. Take that $60, right? For the basic. I'm talking basic here. I'm not even talking the $130, $180 ones. Take that money. Shop Gamefly, shop GameStop.com. There's tons of retro game stores everywhere that keep new and old stuff, and go buy your games there. You'd be surprised how far and how many games you'll get with $60. Don't keep giving it to these guys because they're just holding your internet at ransom. So this has been my thoughts. Please leave your comments, your thoughts, like the video, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And this is Mr. Nightspyder signing out. And thanks for listening to my rant. Peace.